everyone, it's Rose from Yoga for All with Rose. Thank you for joining me for this new mindful movement snack. Today I'll be using a chair as my prop, and this mindful movement snack is meant for everyone. What I wish to explore in this short practice is this flow that just keeps on going. We move from one movement to another, and we try to have this steady flow present in our practice. So there we have it. Welcome, and let's start by finding our comfortable seated pose on our chair where the feet can be flat on the floor. They are sturdy right there. And I like to scoot myself a little bit towards the front of my chair so that I feel my sit bones down, but the backs of my thighs are not touching the chair. So I'm not all the way in, but rather I'm on the edge so that I can feel my spine lengthening, and I feel my knees being a little bit lower than my hips, which always helps me maintain the natural lumbar lower back curve and help me stack my spine so that I can use the ability of movement in my spine the best way. So here we are, finding that comfortable seated pose with that upright spine, feeling the energy flow into the chair through your sit bones, feeling the feet flat on the floor, connecting to the earth there, and feeling the long spine as well as the energy moving up through the crown of your head. And just come to this moment, come to your body. Listen to any messages your body is telling you about your day, about what it is you might need today. Just observing, taking it all in. And now let's just start gently by reaching our arms overhead with an inhale, feeling the lungs expand. And exhaling, softening the chest, floating the arms down. Let's repeat that with an inhale, reaching up with your arms. However this looks in your day is your choice. Exhaling, floating the hands down. This time around, turn your palms facing up as you come up. And as you bring the arms down, turn your palms down. Maybe exaggerating the breath a little bit. Palms up, floating the arms up. Turning the palms down and floating the hands down. One more time. A little investigation in external rotation. And internal rotation, just a little bit here. And coming back. Now inhale your arms overhead and connect the fingertips at the top. So I'm gently pushing into the fingertips, creating this little cradle in my hands. And then gently bring those hands down, flowing down the center line. Let's do that 2 more times. Breathing the arms up, connecting the fingers up top, and then gently gliding them down your center line to your belly, to your thighs, and then inhaling the arms up and bringing those fingertips like you had very precious cargo right there. And then let's bring those fingertips at about the height of our chest. And gently keep your gaze straight, but start turning your fingers and your upper body to one side, coming back to center, and going to the other direction, and come back to center. And now I invite you to really think about having a very tall spine as we're introducing the idea of a twist in our day. Now let's keep moving like a slow-mo flow. If you wish to add your head to it, by all means. Gently pushing into the fingertips, traveling to one side, then coming back to center. You might even feel a little bit of activation in your core. And that's exactly what we wish to get. Keeping that tall spine and coming back to center. Now gently press into your fingertips and let's make these circles in front of us. Again, really connecting to your center line, but crossing the center line with our hands. Making these circles one way. And then let's reverse those circles, really connecting those fingertips, trying to gently bring them together, applying a little bit of pressure, not too much, not too little. A very active fingertips, if you will. And here, let's come to center and just very gently open and close your hands. Now reach in front of you, open your hand like you're reaching something in the diagonal line. Close your fist, bring the hand and open the hand to the side. Let's do the other side. So I'm opening my hand, reaching something across the center line, closing the hand, bringing the hand next to me to the side and opening the hand. Again, like we are picking something and then letting it go to the side. A couple more times here, floating, opening the hand, closing the hand, opening the hand. Now this time around, as you reach, maybe you reach a little bit further, lean to that reach. Bring the hand closed, open to the side. Take what you were imagining you're picking up and let it come down. That's wonderful. Okay, now let's do it across together. So reaching those diagonals and closing the hand, placing everything to the floor. I'm imagining here. Crossing the other way, bring the hands in and open your hands down. One more time, both sides, crossing one way, bringing the hands down. Crossing the other way, flowing through. Let this be the expression that feels good to you. Now bring your hands to your lap and just very gently bringing your chin down towards your chest, looking down and then looking up, gliding up, and then come back to center. Now look one way, doesn't matter which way, and then come back to center. Again, think about that flow, never-ending movement. Let's repeat that cross. So looking down, coming back up, looking up, coming back straight to the middle, looking to your first side, coming back, looking to the other side, coming back. Now very gently, rest your ear towards your shoulder, not putting any pressure here, but now extend the opposite hand and sprinkle your fingers, wiggling your fingers, creating movement in your fingers, however you wish. And then close a hand, open the hand, close the hand, open the hand. One more time, closing the hand, opening the hand, and then gently bring your hand back to your lap and gently, like someone pulls you from the top of the head, bringing your head upright. Gently leaning the ear towards the other shoulder. No pushing down, no pulling down, just very gentle. Let the gravity do its work. Extending the opposite arm to the side, parallel to the floor. Starting with those fingers wiggling, moving about, finding movement at the extremity, and then gently closing the hand, opening the hand, closing the hand, opening the hand. One more time. Feel how that might deepen the expression of your neck stretch, and then place your hand in your lap and think about pulling up through your crown, coming to the middle, and then just moving your shoulders a little bit about. Maybe you just make a little bit of shoulder forward, back, but now inhaling, bringing the shoulders up, placing them down, little shoulder rolls here before we move on. Coming forward, up and behind, 1/4 time, and now let's reverse those circles. Inhaling, coming forward, inhaling, coming up, exhaling down 2 more times. Let this look like what your body needs in this moment. Lovely. Now we're going to find our cat and cow. So just very gently, like someone is pulling you up from your chest, lifting the chest wherever it goes, and then coming back to middle and reach your fingers to your kneecaps. Tuck your tail under, bringing your chin to the chest, rounding the spine. Inhaling, lifting up the chest as your hands glide back up to your thighs. Exhaling, reaching the fingers forward to your kneecaps. Maybe they don't reach there, but finding the rounded expression of the spine. Inhaling, opening the heart, lifting the heart. And exhaling, rounding the spine. Inhale, come back to center. Lovely. Now let's step our feet a little wider than our chair, so you can see the chair legs right there, and let's get a hold of the chair so that you have a little bit of added stability. And now just lift one heel up, the toes stay on the floor, and then come back down. Really feel that tall spine as we start lifting our heels. Just keep moving like you were never stopping this flow, just lifting one heel after the other. When you place one down, the other one already goes up. Now let's add a little bit to it. So lifting the heel up and coming up to your big toe. Maybe the foot doesn't come up, you just stay there and then you float it back down. So we're adding the toes to it, lifting the heel up to toes, bring the toes down, heel down. Again, just keep flowing. Let this be how it needs to be in your body today. Other side, we're gonna do both sides one more time. And I know that I have to lean back just a little bit as I lift my toes up. And heel up, lifting to the toes. Toes down, come down. And now let's see if it's in your practice today to lift the heels up, come back to your toes, and maybe you lift that knee a little bit, place it back down and float it down. Again, you have your chair to hold on to and see if that would feel good. I'm shifting my weight back a little bit and I'm connecting my hands to my chair right here. Here we are, just floating through, seeing if this is happening today for you. Or if it's not, just lift your heel, come to your toes and stay there. One more time, both sides, heel up to the toes, floating the knee up, place it down, all the way down, other side. Here we are, one last time to this second side, and then come down. Now I invite you to bring your arms or your hands under your first side. Maybe you get a hold of the underside of your thigh. Come up to your toes. And now if it's in your practice, try lifting that knee towards your chest, standing tall with your back. And just breathe there for a moment. And then place it down with a nice long exhale. Going to the other side, finding that thigh. And maybe this is all where you stay. If it's available for you, lifting the heel up and coming up, lifting that knee a little bit, shifting the weight back again, inhaling deeply and exhaling, placing it down. Lovely. Let's keep our feet in this wide stance. And now let's just hold on to our chair and look to one side, finding this deeper expression of twist, and then come back to center. And let's do the same thing. Find your best way you want to hold on to your chair, depending what your chair looks like. And go to the other side. Let's do the first side one more time, and you might even think about wrapping your arms around your waistline. Then coming back to center one more time. Lovely. Now bring your hands to your heart center. Gently push into your hands and really try to activate your center line, your core, and then glide your hands to the first side you twisted to, and then come back. Try to apply a little bit of pressure into the hands as you find this twist that really activates your center line. Gliding from one side to the other, relaxing the shoulders down, pushing the hands into each other, creating a little bit of heat in the center, in your core. First side one more time, and then coming to the second side and back to center, releasing the arms. And let's get a hold of the chair. Reach one arm up and gently find your side bend directly to the side. Inhaling, floating the arm up. Get a hold of the chair, float the other arm up, finding that long spine and then bending to the second side. Inhaling, coming up, placing the arm down. Now let's inhale the arm up. Exhale, side bend. Inhale the arm up. Exhale, arm down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, both sides one more time. Inhaling, long arm reaching far. Exhaling, gentle bend, maybe a little further now. Inhale brings you up. Exhale, float your arm down. Inhaling, the arm up. Exhaling, finding that lovely side bend for your side body. Inhale. Exhale, float the arm down. Lovely. Maybe you do those shakings one more time. Shoulders shimmying a little bit, however feels comfortable for you. Okay, now I wish us to do one more twisting option. So find your cactus arms. My elbows are directly out from the shoulder. However, this might look different to you. And gently start coming to your twist with a tall spine and come back to center. Find the twist on the other side. Come back to center. Keep your gaze forward, just like we did in the very first twists. For now, and now I invite you to add your head to the twist if that feels inviting to you. Everything comes back to center. First, find the twist in your cactus arms, then follow with your gaze and bring everything back to center. One more time. Arms to the first side, followed by the gaze. Bring everything to center. Arms to your second side, followed by your gaze. Float everything down. Lovely. Bring those arms down, and maybe you even sway them a little bit, as that was also a little bit for your arms. Now extend one leg in front of you. It might not go straight all the way. And let's find a little bit of a heart leaning forward with a tall back. Finding a little bit of a lengthening in the back of that leg. And if it's in your practice, maybe you fold a little bit further. Maybe even receiving your weight on your leg with your hands. And then with a tall spine, inhale, come up and bring that foot back, where it started, extending or half extending the other side. Inhaling, filling the lungs, leaning the heart forward. If this is where you need to be today, stay here. Or if there's a little bit more availability, you can place your hands on your lower leg, not on the knee though. And then finding that forward fold. Inhaling, reaching the tall spine up, bringing the foot down. Now let's work with that same side you just did. So bringing it across slow so that my toes are touching. Maybe this is enough of an opening for your hip. If not, then you can keep gliding the toes up all the way where you cross your ankle over the knee or on top of the knee, flexing the foot. And here is your choice. You stay right here, cultivate a tall spine. Maybe you lift your heart up, even if it's just a thought. If you feel like there's a little bit more availability in your body today, leaning the heart forward with the tall back. Getting deep into the hip and opening things right there. Inhaling, coming up. And now let's glide this foot down the same way it came with control and place it to the side. Traveling to the second side. Toes are connecting, and maybe this is enough right now. That's fine. If not, gliding up, flexing the ankle, guiding this variation of seated pigeon and cultivating the tall spine. Maybe thinking about lifting your heart forward or even melting the heart towards the shin that is in front of you with a tall spine. Feeling the seat connected to the earth, and then inhaling, coming up and gently gliding the foot the same way it came with control to the side. And we're going to do one more hip rotation thing. So choose the side you like to work on. And we're just going to tap the toes in and out. Tap the toes. Feel that movement in your hip crease, creating a little bit of an internal and external rotation, or maybe external and neutral rotation. But you can play with that, tapping your toes, heel on the floor, just moving a little bit from one way to the other. And then find the neutral, toes facing forward. Feel the hand in your hip crease and tap your toes. Finding that same movement on the other side, a little bit of release in the hip joint, a little bit of movement, a little bit of maybe new range of motion. Just tapping the toes, lifting, keeping the heel on the floor. And then finding your center. And here I invite you to place one hand on your chest. Maybe the other hand goes around your belly, almost like you're giving yourself a little hug. I invite you to close your eyes briefly. Feel the seat connecting to the chair. Feel your feet connecting to the earth. Feel your lungs expand with your inhale, and the head, the crown of your head reaching up, both in the expression of your spine, but also energetically allowing your light to shine bright. Gently opening your eyes. Thank you for letting me guide you through this different flow in the chair. I hope this mindful movement snack brought you joy. Thank you for your time and energy, and please subscribe.